good afternoon, or morning, or night to everyone. Yue, hi. Trevor. Yuri. I think. Yuri? Sean Pope. Ekatus. Edo, good afternoon. Leo, hi. Welcome to this fourth. Oh my god, I'm still doing reaction streams to Xenoblade 3. The Xenoblade 3 reaction stream. Still got some reverb on my voice, by the way. Let's not do that for now. Kinda expected to be listening to different soundtracks, but you know, this soundtrack is so huge. There were still tracks people were looking forward to hearing my reaction and my jamming along. So that's why we're still doing these. And I don't mind, honestly. This has been very nice. Endless great tracks from this game, Trevor says, for real. Yeah, Yuri says, Battle at Sea to start with? Yeah, the Battle at Sea was one that was already mentioned in the last stream, I think. Maybe even the stream before that, so we're definitely going to be listening to that. Hey, Victoria. So how's everybody doing? I'm kind of curious how many Xenoblade folks are in the chat and how many are just regular folks. As in, I know a few people in the chat that have been with the channel longer than the Xenoblade streams. Yue, for example, and Sean. Sup? Giovanni, hi. Hiro's a Xeno fan. Victoria is watching the stream on the new iPad, look at that. Hey there, Exomente. I've been listening to some metal again recently, which is partly an exercise in nostalgia, and also, you know, I'm on a bit of a retro first-person shooter binge, as some of you might remember. There's nothing quite like listening to metal and playing an old-school first-person shooter. Trevor says, I'm a Xenoblade folk, but I think I'll stick around. Oh, that's so nice to hear. Yue says, I became a Xenoblade fan after listening to the music. Yudi says, I found you from the first Xeno stream, but I'm also a Zelda fan. Yeah, I think there's quite a lot of overlap between the Zelda audience and the Xenoblade audience, I'd imagine. Corin says, I've been here since the Breath of the Wild 2 Tears of the Kingdom analysis / fan-made tracks covers, but Xenoblade 3 is peak fiction. Yeah, I've been mastering my Open Air 2, the new album with Zelda-inspired music recently, so I've been bouncing back and forth between Xenoblade music and Breath of the Wild music and some Tears of the Kingdom stuff to get a feel for the general mastering vibes they had going on. I'm still so stoked for Tears of the Kingdom, but you know, it's kind of on a back burner for a while because I think that's the best way. Be inspired and then let it go again. Found a way. I really like this song. I'll sing a little bit and then we'll go to the first. It's from Opeth, to the first Xenoblade one. Opeth is like a death metal band that's also done some more quiet stuff. This one's really nice. Found a way to rid myself clean of pain, and the fever that's been haunting me has gone away. Looking through my window, I seem to recognize all the people passing by, but I'm alone and far from home. Nobody knows me. And then it goes on for a while like this, but it's so beautiful. And after this, there's a super intense death metal song. So it's interesting. This song was called Days of Wealth? Hours of Wealth, I think. I have not played Xenoblade, no. I haven't really touched my Switch for a while. My son has been playing Switch a lot. Splatoon 3 still. But myself, sometimes have these periods and I'm just interested in doing something different. But I'll go back to it again. Have no doubt. Good morning, random citizen. Alright. So, now that we're kind of warmed up, then we're gonna have a listen to the first track of the day, which will be Battle on the Seas. To kind of fix my desktop here, because a gazillion things open as always. Never learn to say goodbye. Battle on the Seas, here we go. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's quite different from the other tracks, this. Nice. Ah, this is so Pirates of the Caribbean. Ah, nice. Seems like there's some quotes from other tracks in here. Hey, Eggeroni Pepperoni. Ooh, that's a nice key change there. Kind of missed it because I was noodling. That's cool. Let's take a look at the key change, because we were moving from D minor to G minor. This is a really nice run. Okay, yeah, that's a very elegant way of moving keys. Hey, Agaroni, yeah, I'm doing well. The channel has been a bit of a slump this year. Fortunately, the streams are livening it up a lot, which helps. But views-wise, yeah. Views-wise, the channel's not doing too amazingly well. But I do really like streaming. So glad to be doing that again. So they're moving keys. They're going from D minor to G minor. And the way that that's achieved is quite elegant. Even in the D minor part, there's sometimes they throw in a E flat chord, which is not part of the scale. But that happens a lot in Xenoblade music. What I've heard the past few streams is that they really love throwing in that like a semitone above the key, the tonic. Excuse me. So stuff like this. Really like doing. They really like doing that, and this time they make use of that because, as a listener, you've already heard that E flat chord a few times. And you know it's part of the composition, but then they use that E flat chord to segue really nicely to the key of G minor, in which E flat is part of the scale. So do something like we're still in D minor. Then we're in G minor. So they use that E flat chord to play a D major instead of D minor, and that's the dominant chord to the G minor. So that was a really nice trick they were doing there. Hey Graham. Boy, hi. So nice. Here we go. That's super Pirates of the Caribbean, like what they're doing there. And they're doing the same thing with what I was talking about, the E flat chord in the scale of D minor. They're doing the same thing here, but here, because we're in G minor now, it's the A flat chord. So it wouldn't surprise me if they will be using that chord to then change keys again. And this time if they do the same trick, they'll probably change keys to C minor. Is where you'd go. Da-dun-dun-da-da-da-da. Omniscient Omnipresent says, are the notes appearing in double, or is your hand just that quick? Oh no, that's something wrong with the MIDI, I think. Thanks for mentioning that. That's really strange. That's not how it's supposed to look. There's some MIDI doubling going on somewhere. I don't know how or what or why. Is there a program open that's also using MIDI? No, Logic is not recording MIDI. Okay, just a sec. Make me proud. They don't make me proud. Oh, okay. I'll try rebooting my piano. Howdy, 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 aspiring heroes. DJ Chèvre, hi. Doing well, except for the piano that's kind of acting up with the MIDI. Yeah, they're not hiding their inspirations here, and which is just as well. You know, there's plenty of Xenoblade moods here in this piece, so it's not like a copy. It's very clearly its own thing, but you can hear the influences for sure. Yeah, Synthesia is still doing weird. Dun, 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 dun. Let's noodle around in the settings. So what's going on? Music input. Sorry for this, folks. Off. Use input from this device. Yes. Oh, no, that's not what's going on. But this might help. Replay. There we go. Huh. I'm kind of puzzled. What's going on? Well, it's fixed. Hooray! Anyways, we're back. It kind of reminds me of going back to this Battle on the Seas. I don't know if any of you have ever played Final Fantasy 15. I haven't, but I have heard the soundtrack. And it's kind of super clear that one of the tracks is inspired by Skyrim. As in, yeah, that one sounds too much like a copy. So the Skyrim music goes like... something, right? It's a Morrowind thing. They're very much alike. And then there's Apocalyptus Noctis, I think it's called, does almost the same thing. Something like that. That you're like, okay, yeah, it's inspired. Which is kind of crazy because Shimomura worked on that soundtrack. There's so many talented composers working for Square. They don't have to copy anything made by anybody else. But you know, sometimes if that's the temporary track they used, then maybe they wanted to stick to that vibe really closely. Anyway, let's finish this one. Ooh, this sounds like jamming along. Hey, Clara Lego. There was the E-flat chord that I was mentioned. Ah, that's super. And suddenly the JRPG returns there in the melody. This is... Nice xylophone. It's kind of Rivani-like, yeah. It's nice. Yeah, it's very close to, like it has the same rhythmic feel as that Age of Calamity track. Also has the same rhythm as a pirate-themed like attraction in like the most well-known Dutch theme park. But yeah, it's super catchy. Like this rhythm really gives you the energy and the kind of the like the lilt. Is that an English word? Lilt. Lilt, a characteristic rising and falling of the voice. Okay, so that's not exactly, but you get my drift. Like a boat that's going down, 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 down. Yeah, nice. Fun, yeah. This is a very fun track. It's very different from the other tracks that I've heard so far on the soundtrack. Hey, Agnus. Agnus asks, what program do you use for mixing, like in the recent Tears of the Kingdom speculation videos? So I'm using a DAW, that's a digital audio workstation called Logic. But in the digital audio workstation world, there's a lot of very mature pieces of software. So Logic or Cubase or Pro Tools or you name it, there's lots of them that are like equally valid. And then you use plugins that are more universally compatible. So I use, for example, Spitfire audio libraries that kind of, so you can play cello on your piano, and Vienna Symphonic Library, stuff like that. And some people use Fruity Loop Studio. Yeah, I haven't used that myself. Hey, Oscar. I'll pull on the tracks that have been discussed so far on the screen, so you can let me know which one you'd like me to listen to now, and then yeah, and what's already been done. So this is part 4. This was Battle at Sea. Noah and N. Tactical Action. Reaper Gang. Hi, Dave. But just like with the DAWs, there's lots of like virtual instrument providers that are all high quality. Yeah, it's very cool. Okay, Noah and N it is. Because I've heard that one dropped a few times already. Hey, Alexander. Says, always a fan of these streams. My favorite on the OST is Ultimate Enemy, though it isn't the best for a piano. I'm not sure if I already listened to that one. Oh my god, Noah and N is 12 minutes. Oh, that's 2 phases. Okay, let's do phase 1 first. This is super large scale. It's like one of the biggest tracks I've heard. Thank you, Agaroni Pepperoni, for the super chats. You know what this reminds me of? And this is a deep cut, maybe. This reminds me of the music for the Diablo 2 expansion. Lord of Destruction, I think. It's a similar super lush, almost Wagner-like orchestral sound. Nice solo vocals here. This is good. Like the mixing work on this soundtrack is incredibly skillful. Like how this is all mixed. Super soft vocals on top of that entire orchestra. Nice building tension. Again with a semitone above the tonic. Ah, this is cool. This is kind of Zelda-like. Oh, cool. Okay, I have to talk about that. Okay, there's lots of stuff happening. This is almost Final Fantasy levels of grandeur. Thank you so much, Random Citizen, for the $20 super chat. Random Citizen says, have some more money, not competing, just adding. Thank you. And Kuro, $5 super chat, thanks. Here's some cash I dropped. Going to be nice listening to this while working. Just here recommending Battle vs. Z Part 2. Would pair well with this. Okay, so Battle vs. Z is definitely a track I have to check out. Good luck on your work, with your work, Kodo. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about was this chord progression. So that's if you're looking for evil or for tension or for something of that nature, this is one of the first things I'd personally go for. Thank you, Agnus, for the $10 super chat. Another cash drop to carry the train. Oh my god, I think we're hitting a record with the super chats on this stream. Thank you so much. So these are essentially two minor chords that are more or less unrelated. So an E minor with a C minor. And that's kind of as unrelated as you can get. You could you could also play E minor and then a B flat minor or something. Then you'd also have the tritone. That'd be even more evil. But that is almost farcically evil. Oh, Yue, thanks so much for the super chat. Yue says, please take my money. You deserve it, Tim. Thanks so much. Yes, we've definitely hit a super chat record. Amazing. Thank you all so much. Yeah, so we're moving keys here, and there's some relation between these two keys, between E minor and C minor. Like if you don't look at the scales, but just at the notes that are in there. So the G note stays the same, so that's kind of the pivoting point. But then both the B and the E move have a semitone. And like I said a few streams earlier, moving semitones is kind of the way to build tension. And here you're moving semitones in an interesting way, because there's a semitone moving down, the E to the E flat, and there's a semitone moving up, B to the C. It's used there, for example. It's also used in the Link to the Past Death Mountain track, which is almost exactly the Imperial March. More or less. So that's very... that's something that's always nice to talk about. And if you've, I don't know how many of you have already played in the new Mario vs. Rabbids game, Sparks of Hope, but Grant Kirkhope, the composer for that, who's also done Banjo-Kazooie and stuff, he also uses that progression lots. But he uses 42 bars, of course, because it's Grant Kirkhope. He'll do something like... use it more in a cartoony kind of way. Reminds me a bit of One-Winged Angel 2, says Dip. Oh, let me think. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well spotted, exactly. So that's fun to notice that here. And there's just lots of leitmotifs, I think, like returning melodies here in this track that I semi-recognize because I only know this game by the soundtrack. So yeah. Hey, Alaya Skyhawk says, get to listen to music on my lunch break. You get to listen to me rambling on your lunch break. Enes asks, what more Star Wars do you like to do, Tim? I don't play lots of Star Wars. I really like the Force theme as well. Love that. Really like Rey's theme as well from The Force Awakens. It's really light and don't know much more than that, but it's a really nice little piece of music. But I'm not much of a Star Wars fan, so that's just about the things I know. Okay, let's continue this. There we go, yeah. Nice, we've changed keys. Huh. That's cool. They're playing with contrast really well here. So we're kind of moving keys, and then suddenly you get the bright, almost triumphant sounding trumpets on that D chord. And then we're going back to the more somber solo vocals here. She's singing on an A vowel. That's interesting. Recognize that from something. It's from one of the combat music, I think. That's not from that one, but I recognize it from somewhere. Hey, Dennis, welcome. This is cool. I really like that dark, like the trombones or something. Playing something like that. That's cool. We're going to phase 2. Because I'm kind of curious how they're planning to up this. Oh, it's from the city. Yeah. Ouroboros leitmotif. Okay. Okay, they're going smaller. That's cool. Instead of bigger. Okay, I'm kind of loving this. Lots of things going through my mind. This is another leitmotif, I think. They're doing the Final Fantasy VI thing a lot. With instead of playing the like when you're in the key of E minor, like right now, you might play a D if you want to go down, but they're often playing either a sustained D to prevent resolution, or they're playing a B6 or a B minor with the D in the bass to keep it dark. There's also a trick I like using. If you do that, so you keep the B in place while you're changing chords, you get some nice like a dissonance, which you can then kind of, it's a free chord progression, everybody. I'm sorry, I love this, but this is extremely similar to, I think it's Xenoblade Complete. Hey, Dillionaire. You folks know Xenoblade Complete? You should. I'm gonna play just a little part of it so you can hear the extreme similarities. Xenoblade Complete. No, what version am I thinking of? Let's just do the original one. Mainly this. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII, exactly. Sorry, should have mentioned that. And then we're going back to this one. It's kind of similar, right? Of course, they're quickly going in a different direction. But just once more, because it's just so interesting. It's a semitone difference, though. Ah, Final Fantasy VII is so good. Okay. Blame the clarinet there. Nice. Moving down the semitone. Cool, rising bass line. nice. I really love their major 7th chords, eh? Yeah, they're using different chords than in the original offs here. We're back to E minor. This is good stuff. This is kind of amazing, this piece of music. Now we're going back to G minor, I think. Yeah, exactly. I have to say that I reading in the chat that this is similar to Moebius, but I prefer this over Moebius by a long shot. This still breathes, you know? This is from a combat music, right? From the first stream, I think? Really liking that sustained D chord. And then that one. We're back to Yennefer complete. This is a very cool piece of music. See you later, Agnus. Stay cheesy. Oh yeah. It hasn't been such a cheesy stream just yet, but I'll do my best. Okay, I want to say one more thing, and then we're moving on. This is beautiful. I'm even getting a little bit teary-eyed at certain points, simply because it's just very powerful quality stuff. Oh, random citizen. Oh, get better soon, alright? Catch you later. I also want to fix my microphone. I think it's a little bit too much amplification. Just a little bit cleaner. Yeah, this is better. Think. Yeah. So, this part sounds very similar to, I think, the final level from Mario Galaxy. So, not this part. Starting from the G minor chord. Here. Okay, so we all got that. Let's see if I can find it. I think it's Bowser's Galaxy Reactor. Let's see. Maybe it's also got a rising bass note or something like that. No, it hasn't. It does. Got a similar vibe, for some reason. Let's see if I can find the brass part. Maybe thinking of a different one. No, it's similar, but it's a different track from Mario Galaxy. It's one of those final like boss level tracks from Mario Galaxy. Oh, maybe it's Galaxy 2. Yeah, that's a good one, Magistrax. Hey, Vicarious, welcome. We're moving on from Noah and N. I really enjoyed this one. I have a strange tendency to get teary-eyed when stuff is just really flipping good, even if I don't personally know what's going on. This was Noah and N, I think. For example, this morning I was watching motion capture videos from the actor that plays Kratos in the new God of War games. And those games aren't really my thing. I'm not big into narrative games, but you know, the performance that man, wow, it's amazing to see him, even in a strange motion capture suit, to see the performance he's able to pull off. It's just amazing stuff. So I get teared up then watching that, even though I don't really know what's going on in the story, but just based on how much quality and talent is on display. Yeah. All right, so we're going to do the cheesy one, right? We need some more cheese, everybody. Hey, Dillionaire. Let's see, what was it called again? I'm so sorry. It's been a while. Christopher George, yeah, exactly. Where We Belong, yeah, I also want to do that. That's a vocal song, right? I have to do that, and then maybe a super strange universe message comes down again if I listen to another vocal song on this soundtrack. But first we'll do Battle vs. Z. Showdown with Z, is that the same one? Showdown with Z, Act 2. Yeah, I'm currently working on some composition work, so I'm not arranging new stuff just yet. I do have the list of doom, as you might know. So there's always stuff kind of percolating in my mind. There's a hair on my microphone pop filter. Okay, here we go. Showdown, right? Showdown with Z, or Z. Or as we'd say in Dutch, Showdown with Z. Yeah, my microphone is my waifu. This is nice. I like the understated male choir. Hey, Marco Brosato. It's like a synthesizer bass in the background. Zetto. This does sound familiar. James Bond chord. Sorry, it was a James Bond chord. I'm so sorry. Ooh. Yeah, so there's a band in the background, really subtly. Guitar. It's a bass up high, bass guitar. This is super Studio Ghibli, by the way. with the flute up high. Oh yeah! This was the cheese we were looking for, right? Nice. Drummer playing the crash on every fourth. Getting his double bass pedal out of storage. This must be a trip to hear this in game. The orchestral stuff in this track is sweet. I think this contrast works really well too, because the orchestration is super like breathing with lots of rests and long notes and stuff. Then it sounds even nicer when the band goes ham. Focus Latin, singing Latin, it sounds Latin. I'm not sure if it's actually Latin. Brightening up again with the A major chord. This is cool. It's kind of Debussy-like. It's got kind of that velvety feel. Bass guitar subtly going back into the mix. This is the Ghibli thing again. Yeah, this is super nice. God, I wish I didn't have an inverted talent for guitar. Like, I've got an inverted talent for guitar, which means that doesn't really matter how much I practice, I keep sucking at it. Yeah. Drumming, though, I'm a reasonable drummer. You know, if they play something like this at the Game Awards and I could pick an instrument, I'd definitely pick the drums. Oh yeah, just going ham on the crash. No idea what that was. Let's take a look at the second vocal song. What was it called again? No. In the meantime, UI has a question about headphones. Where we belong. Thank you, Marco. UI asks, can you recommend any good headphones? It kind of depends on if you need wireless or wired headphones. Wireless headphones, I know the Sony ones are... I don't have one personally. I have a Bowers & Wilkins wireless headphone, which I like, but I've got quite big ears. So the Bowers & Wilkins is just a little bit too small, so my ears get cramped up a little bit. Depending on your ear size. But if you're looking for a wired headphone, I'm currently using a Biodynamic DT770, which was like 150 euros, and it's a very popular, like recording and mixing headphones. So they don't sound extra hyped in the low end or something. There's no trickery going on. It's just very neutral. So if you're looking for that, I can recommend it. It's very comfy. The Pro version has kind of felt feeling stuff, and there's also no Pro version with some kind of fake leather. But I can recommend the Pro version because I like these soft pads. Okay, where we belong. Let's do this. Where we belong. Xenoblade. We don't want the Eagles today. The Eagles are very cheesy though, so that's something. Okay. I think this song may be helping us fill our cheese quota for the day. This is Sarah again. Cool. Nice. I like the chord progression there. Ooh. Going back to major now. Ah, sorry. Oh god. I ruined it. Sorry, folks. Okay, this isn't... This, yeah, okay, now it's getting cheesy. I wanted to say, the cheese factor is kind of alright the first minute, but that was the same with the previous one, A Step Away, which was alright in the beginning, and then they start unpacking, and then, you know, the strings come, and there comes an electric guitar solo, and then cheesing it up. Yeah, liking this. It's very light. There's a nice, probably in the end of the chorus, there's a nice chord progression that I wanna study when it comes across again. And one trick I wanted to kind of mention is that there's this thing called Moldur. It's been a while since my studies. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this correctly, but so if you're playing the fourth chord, so that's in this case we're in the key of A major. But if you then play the fourth chord instead of a major chord, you make it a minor chord, then you increase the tear jerk factor by at least 50%. Something that happened in the 90s a lot. And there's lots of stuff like that going on. The fancy term for stuff like that is called mode mixture. Mode mixture when you're mixing major and minor modes. But that's just a fancy term to say that you're just messing around. And I love that. I love mode mixture. Liking the syncopated chords there. The term Moldur, it's like, I think it's like this. The other thing is mode mixture. Something that's happening a lot in this soundtrack as well is this. So they're using, they're emphasizing like the fourth in, what's it like? It's a tritone. This is just a tritone, which then resolves. Happens a lot in one of the combat tracks as well. Aha, okay. Yeah, that's the chord progression I wanted to crib. I'm sorry. Part of it is the Moldur again. Da, da, da. Then, let's see. And then they're doing something different. Stop, you're going too quickly. I'm too dumb. I'm too dumb. Oh, it's F, okay. Right. solo, I think. Nah, strings. I'm not playing anything. I might prefer this one over the other, by the way. This one has a lot of levity in the composition. Could also be that I'm just getting used to the cheese. Maybe I'm liking the taste of this cheese. It's nice. It's light. It's yeah. It's not overly dramatic. I was expecting an electric guitar solo again, but unfortunately for our cheese quotum today, there's no electric guitar solo. I like this. There's a bit of groove in this. Yeah, it's super 90s like. I agree, Dan. Dan says, I feel like I've heard a song like it before from the 90s, but I can never think of what it is. Yeah, it's super 90s what they're doing with the mode mixture. There's a Backstreet Boys song, I think, that uses this progression as well. That makes you larger than life, I think. Oh my god. That's cheese though. Yeah, we're hitting the quotum. Just one second, I want to check in on my kid. Yeah. Okay, everything's under control. Da-da-dang, ba-dang. I'm getting hungry with his talks about brie, right? Right? Rightio then. Starts out much more cheesy than it ultimately ends up.
I assumed our time was forever. Naturally seemed forever. Those happy days we spent together. 'Cause you were always beside me.
I really love that walk up they have there. You were always beside me. They could have done it, but that's maybe a little bit too much.
Then suddenly I realized these happy days won't ever last. Out of all the souls we create, in fact, how we met was a miracle. They say this for seems calm and free. This wants to last forever again. Let's go back to that moment of day.
That moment of day, yeah, there's some wonkiness in the lyrics. Honestly, when I was doing One Step Away, there was also some sentences that I was like, maybe it's because I'm not a native speaker, but I'm not really getting this. So ultimately, I just butchered all the lyrics and it left out the half of the track to turn it into more of a folky thing. All right, so what we're gonna do? We still have quite a bit of time left. Is the thing still up? The list? Oh, I'm gonna put the list up again because I keep thinking that we've just about had every major track, but you know I shouldn't keep thinking that because I'm a fool. By the way, in the corner, there's a little video playing with the CDs of mine that are currently on, or albums of mine that are currently on Spotify. So if you're like, what's that? It looks interesting. That's my stuff. So if you're like, hey, Tim plays the piano quite nicely, check it out. Wow, the chat. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe the regular Moebius, you know. Queen Battle, Agnus Castle is also something that the title I've heard before. I think we have to do Moebius because I've already done the battle and the interlink, but not the regular old one. And I haven't really enjoyed the battle and the interlink ones, but maybe this one is more of my thing. The other two are kind of like sensory overload. Moebius. Morpheus. Psychomantis. Xenoblade. Battle. This is just ye old Moebius. Dee. Ooh, skank. We got some early 2000s electronic percussion here. Nice clusters. Like this. there's that chord again. Oh, that's it. I was kind of getting in a groove. But that's a weird transition halfway there. I kind of love how often people in the chat know everything about the stuff that I'm listening to and I'm completely oblivious on. Yeah, so there's the melody in the bass was landing on the tritone. No, it's alright. Lecture me, it's fine. Nice run in the woodwinds there. Just very passionate fans. That's a nice chord there. I want to find out what they're playing there. Let's see what's going on. There's some nice shenanigans. There's no chord, it's just a... Nice dark. That's also nice that they're doing there. I'm learning a lot of these pieces of music. Yeah. I don't mind the passionate Xenoblade fans, as far as based on these streams at least. These streams have been a joy. But a fan base is not a monolith. Huh? I just made a joke and I didn't even know. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, Daniel says, first time watching a stream, love your content, Tim. Thanks so much, Daniel. Glad for having you. Ah, I said a thing. It was totally unintentional, though. Ah, I'm a genius. Okay, we're putting up the list again. Let's do a few more. It's not so late yet. Oh my god, that's so Dutch. Don't know how to say it in proper English. Not so late. You know, the fact that it's not late yet. It isn't late yet. Whatevers. Yeah, Marco Borsato knows what I'm talking about. You know, you folks ever watch Digital Foundry? Like, they're one of those folks, Alex. He has a super American sounding accent, but I have the impression that he's actually, you know, I know he lives in Germany, he speaks German, but I have the impression he's actually a native German speaker who just is able to put on a really impressive American accent. I had been trying previously when I was younger to hide my Dutch accent more, but, you know, I started sounding like somebody that I'm not. Every time when I switched to English, I was sounding so different that people were like, what's going on? So now I'm just Dutch. I'm Dutch. There's nothing you can do about it. I think he's German, yeah. All right. Ultimate Enemy. Homecoming. And my noise gate is doing weird. Anyways. Sounds like I have to do a part 5. Man, this is wild. I want to do Agnus Castle. I'm sorry, folks. Agnus Castle. Just because I've been hearing it in the suggestions for a long time, and it reminds me of Lorule Castle from Link Between Worlds, at least in the title, and I love that. So it's got that going for it. Completely arbitrary, of course, but a choice has to be made. We were just listening to Morpheus. Oh my god. I'm getting hungry and my brain stops working properly. Moebius. I do love the Matrix, though. And this is Agnus Castle. Here we go. It's a vibe. Castle night or day? Yes. Sure starts out with a bang. This is fun. I like the short stings in the strings. This is such a cool sound with the koto and then the boys choir. We're going in a different meter here. Yeah, nice. We're going to a waltz. It's such a weird sound, though. Not the koto, but the combination of the koto and then the kind of Western churchy boy choir. Yeah. Huh. So this is super nice. They've got a super big like frequency hole in the lower mids. So there's like I think it's double basses playing in the low end, and then there's just violins on top. I don't think the cello or the violas are doing much. So they're leaving room in a frequency spectrum for the choir, which is very good. Good arranging. Oh, there is some cello and viola going on, but like really subdued. I think we're on 3 now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, so there's a change from a 4 to a 3 beat time signature. Let's see if I can. Anyway, if this is the instrument that you're asking about, I think it's a koto. And a harp. This is 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Huh? 4. 1, 2. Huh? This is still 4. Yeah. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's very cool. Because there's no percussion or something, it's very floaty because you don't really notice the change in time signature there. Da 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 da. Fine. Da 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 da. Yeah, so the string run is in 3 already. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's see if I can find the transition. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There it is. Nice. There was a hiccup in my sound. Hopefully, everything is all right still with the sound. Da, 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 da. Pretty. It's a very smooth transition. It takes a while on first listen before you really notice it. Thanks, Bry Boy. Yeah, nice. That's something I also love using. So the chords are dictated by the intervals in the bass, and the intervals is the same every time, more or less. It's a third within the scale. So moving up a third from an E, like a minor third from the E to the G, then a major third from the G to the B, and then a minor third again from the B to the D. Yeah, I heard Shadow of the Lowlands lately, but that's Xenoblade 2, right? Alright. Let's just a little taste of the night version. I am very impressed once again with the amount of production, effort, and budget that went into this soundtrack. It's not a very big selling series, is it? Kind of asking myself, where did they get all this money? This is beautiful, by the way. Using the boys' choir and the register, that's more comfortable for them, maybe. Oh, it's quite niche still. Xenoblade 2 has sold 2.44 million units as of last year. It's not super big selling, but my god, so much effort in this. The soundtrack is AAA for sure. There's no doubt. If this is not AAA, I don't know what is. I think I prefer the night version. Boys' choir is in a much more comfortable register for their timbre. And I like how kind of subdued it is and empty. Harp and Makoto still? Nice Japanese flute. Ah, cool. If you know the day version, then this is very surprising. Nice. This is cool. So they're doing something slightly different in the night version of the chorus, so to speak. So the day version does something like this. The night version does this. Using that bright fourth chord, which I was talking about a few streams ago. That's not Mitsuda, though. Very good. Dennis. Ahem, ahem. Okay, making it hard on myself, alright? My scarf is getting in the way. Let's give this a try. No guarantees. I have to disable the compressor. Okay, not doing that. Yeah, that was Vals die Fantastica, right? There was a question earlier up there. Scott asked, this is a kind of an off-topic question from the chat, but when you are accompanying the melody with your 1 and 2 fingers, okay, on my right hand, how do you go about that? Like, do you go for thirds and sevenths in the chord? If you're talking about accompanying with my right hand as well, like playing a second voice, for example, that's a cool question. All right, let's see. So let's take an example. Let's okay. Let's take Step Away. Okay, so there's lots of things that I'm kind of subconsciously doing. Oh my god, I'm so Dutch. Subconsciously doing. So I have like a very conscious mode in my mind for harmonizing stuff in my right hand. For example, when stuff is still kind of quiet, like this. I'm kind of thinking as if I'm writing a choir part. So I try to play 3 to 4 notes, and I try to represent every a note that's in the chord somewhere in a natural way. So here I want to have, for example, a bass line that's walking down. So that leaves only one note. So, but the bass line is playing an F sharp and the melody is playing an A. So within the chord of D, there's only the note D left. Same story. So the bass plays the E, the melody plays the B. So there's only a G left if you want to play the E minor chord that this song needs. So here I use my left hand for an extra note. So I'm constantly thinking, what's the root note? What's the bass playing? What's the melody playing? And there's one missing note probably, maybe two. But when I'm playing, for example, what I was doing just now, when it's fuller, see you later, UA. Good night. I'm doing it more on a sort of an automated process. So what I'm often doing is if the melody is under the root note, I play the root note with my pinky. So this, for example, that's a kind of guitar derived when you're playing the string that's playing the melody and then the string that's on top of that with a hammer on. So that's kind of bluesy. And then playing the third below the melody is always a kind of a safe way to start doing stuff. Not always, but it's a good starting point. And of course, then adhering to the chords that are playing underneath. Alternatively, you can also play a sixth under it. It's often a little bit safer, depending on the melody. So a third below or above, or a sixth below. That's kind of the stuff you can start with, and then adhering to the chords that are playing. That's kind of what I'm doing, and I've got the automation of sometimes doing kind of those bluesy stuff if the melody is walking down. Something like that. Playing a sixth or a third will usually always include the third of the chord. Yeah, oftentimes. Except when there's a strange melody note, for example, when there's a chord with the melody playing the second. That doesn't always work. So you kind of have to try to adapt this bass of using a third or a sixth and then changing it when needed. All right, let's play that one. There was a tease. Yeah, I had it on way. Something weird going on here. I think I'm going to call it a day. I'll play the I'll completely play One Step Away, just to kind of end with a piece of music instead of me rambling. Lots of rambling today. Thank you for indulging me in my rambling. Also, that ring light is doing God's work. Without a ring light, we would be looking at a kind of different picture. All right, so One Step Away. Sorry, CJ, I'm going to have to make you cry. If I'm doing this right, and if I'm doing it wrong, you might also cry. Yeah, get the tissues. I don't think I'll be singing, though. Will I be singing? Yeah, I'll be singing. Whatever, why not? I'll be singing. There we go. Singing. Yeah. Try if I can kind of improve my intonation compared to the recording. Oh, yeah, one thing I want to do before I start cheesing it all up. I'll sing a part and then I'll do some flaming hot piano solo. But before I do that, and I'll disable the reverb again, I want to thank my patrons. Because, especially with the way the channel has been going this year, Patreon is a kind of a reason why I'm still here. So I want to thank my top tier patrons and all my other patrons, of course. Thank you all so much. Top tier patrons are, and some names I don't know how to pronounce them, but HSPER, Alberto, has been a patron for a long time. Thank you so much, Alberto. Anas, Aspiring Hero Games, Clown Pierce, Fernando, also very long time patron. Thanks so much. George R, not to be confused with George R. Harm Kampstra, dankjewel. Rio S, J Kenway. That's a newer one. Hi Jay, thank you so much. Joshua, Lazarus, Patrick, Random Citizen, of course, but he's sleeping right now because he's sick. Hope he gets better soon. And Takriel and Hopip, thank you all so much. Okay, let's give this a try. What key was I doing this? I don't know. Here I am, staring at my palms. I feel the warmth of your hand. I thought I'd be always at your side, protecting you, assuming that's what you wanted to. I have my faults, but I pretended I didn't know. I guess I was too scared to know the truth. Now that you're gone, that is niet waar. I'm sorry folks, the lyrics are escaping me. The lyrics are escaping me. Oh my god, it's happening on stream. Where? Nee, niet waar we belong. The andere. Oh, you can hear my brains breaking down. I'm starting to speak Dutch. A Step Away. Xenoblade lyrics. Okay. You're in luck, Zane, because I've done a vocal cover of this. It's, I think it's my most recent video. You can check it out after the stream. I've done 2 arrangements of Xenoblade music. Step Away and one of the combat tracks. Oh, there's still a Discord link in the About page, CJ. Yeah, I no longer have a Discord page, so I'm going to have to remove it. I'm so sorry. Best way to reach me is through a YouTube comment, actually. Weight of Life, exactly. Yeah, okay, once more. It was a little bit high for me, by the way. I'm doing some lower. We're doing a chill version. We're doing a jazz chill version, everybody. We're going to jazz this up. I'm going to engage some of my tube. Here I am. Okay, this is going to be good. Here I am, staring at my palms. I feel the warmth of your hand. I thought I'd be always at your side, protecting you, assuming that's what you wanted to. I had no clue that we had nothing between us. Perhaps I was too scared to know the truth. Now that you're gone, still your love's embracing me. I'm at a loss, I need you with me. It's like I'm drowning, like I've lost the way. And you'd always appear to guide my way. I thought I could do it all, had my confidence. Now I'm left alone in the end. Faults, but I pretended I didn't know. I fear I'm not the kind of man you know. I see you smile, pretending everything is alright. That makes me feel more misery. I don't know where to start. There's nothing left for me. No, I've lost it all, except the memories. I thought I could do it all, had my confidence. Now I'm left alone in the end. Yay. Cheese. Oh, cheese. This was a cheesy stream. This is more like Dracula or something. What is a man? Wat was het ook alweer? What was a Dracula quote from Castlevania? What's a man? A miserable pile of secrets. Thank you so much, everybody. Cheese, blah, blah, blah. But no matter, have at you. Bunch of nerds. We're all a bunch of nerds here. Thank you all so much once again for being here at the Cheesemaker Factory, where we're cheesing stuff up. This was the fourth Xenoblade Chronicles 3 reaction stream. Reactions keep on coming, and they don't stop 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 coming. I've enjoyed this a lot, so I will be back soon with something, I guess. I want to make a piano arrangement again for the patrons and for you all, because I'm not just a talking person, I'm also an arranging person. At least that's the idea. I was thinking of doing Chain Attack. I'm also thinking of doing the Overworld from Spirit Tracks as a piano arrangement. Just kind of have to figure out what would be the best idea for next week. Thanks for the stream, Count Timula. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.